Stop doing these 5 things that are secretly holding you back. Faith is the invisible force that turns dreams into reality, the power that moves mountains, and the secret ingredient behind every life-changing breakthrough. Many people spend years running in circles, wondering why they can't get ahead, why their prayers seem unanswered, or why success feels just out of reach. The truth is, the problem often isn't in the circumstances around them. It's within themselves. The first key to unlocking your potential is faith, the unwavering belief that God has a plan for your life, that you are capable, and that your destiny is not only possible, but already prepared for you. Faith is the bridge between where you are now and the life you were created to live. Without it, even the most brilliant plans, the strongest talents, and the greatest opportunities can remain dormant like seeds buried in the soil, but never watered. Faith begins with believing in your purpose. Every person is born with a unique calling, a divine assignment that only they can fulfill. Too often, people look at their current situation and allow doubt to whisper lies. You're not ready. You're not good enough. Others are better than you. But those thoughts are not the truth. They are obstacles designed to delay your breakthrough. When you start to recognize that your purpose is valid, necessary, and meaningful, everything begins to shift. The moment you embrace your calling, your faith begins to grow. It doesn't mean that the road will be easy or that challenges won't come, but it does mean that you now have a lens through which you can see opportunity instead of defeat and potential instead of limitation. Faith is not wishful thinking or mere optimism. It is action rooted in belief, a choice to trust in the invisible realities of God's plan, even when the evidence around you seems contrary. Consider the farmer who plants seeds in the dark soil, never seeing immediate growth. He cannot guarantee that every seed will sprout, yet he waters, nurtures, and cares for the land because he believes in the unseen harvest. In the same way, faith requires persistence, patience, and commitment to the promises that God has placed in your heart. It is saying, I may not see it now, but I trust that God is at work, and I will continue to move forward because His plan for me is unstoppable. One of the most dangerous traps for any dreamer is comparing themselves to others. You may look at someone else's success, their recognition, or their material blessings and think, why not me? Why am I still struggling? But faith teaches us that each journey is unique. God does not measure your progress against anyone else's timeline. Believing in your purpose means recognizing that your path, with all its detours, lessons, and challenges, is designed to prepare you for the exact breakthrough you are meant to experience. It is faith that allows you to keep walking confidently, even when the path seems unclear, because you know that every step is leading you closer to what you were created for. Faith also unlocks potential by giving you the courage to act. Many people know their calling, understand their purpose, but fail to move forward because they are paralyzed by fear or doubt. They wait for perfect conditions, more resources, or the absence of obstacles. But faith compels action in the face of uncertainty. It says, I will take the first step, even if I cannot see the entire staircase. It is in that first step, taken with belief and determination, that miracles begin to manifest. Opportunities appear, connections are made, and doors that seemed locked suddenly swing wide open. Without faith, potential remains unrealized because inaction allows fear and hesitation to dominate. Moreover, faith nurtures resilience. Life is full of setbacks, disappointments, and unexpected challenges. Those who lack faith may give up at the first sign of struggle, believing that obstacles are permanent roadblocks. But faith sees every challenge as temporary, every difficulty as an opportunity to grow stronger, and every delay as preparation for a greater victory. When you walk in faith, failures are no longer a reflection of your inadequacy. They are stepping stones to your success. Faith allows you to rise repeatedly, even when circumstances would make it easier to quit. And that consistency is what separates those who fulfill their potential from those who remain stuck. Faith is also contagious. When you live with conviction in your purpose, it influences those around you. People are drawn to the confidence, hope, and determination that faith produces. They see someone who refuses to be defined by limitations and are inspired to believe in their own potential as well. Your faith not only unlocks doors for you, but creates ripples that affect families, communities, and even nations. It is a power that grows exponentially because it is rooted in divine truth and not limited by human understanding. Finally, faith connects you to the supernatural. Many of the greatest breakthroughs are not the result of human effort alone. They come from trusting in God's power, aligning your actions with His will, and stepping into the realm of the miraculous. When you believe that God is working on your behalf, when you take action from a place of faith, and when you refuse to let doubt dominate your thoughts, you tap into a force that can accomplish infinitely more than you could imagine. Your potential is limitless because it is backed by divine strength. In conclusion, faith is the key that unlocks potential, the spark that ignites dreams, and the foundation for every breakthrough. It begins with believing in your purpose, persevering through challenges, taking courageous action, and trusting in the unseen hand guiding your life. Without faith, potential remains dormant. With faith, mountains move, doors open, and lives transform in ways that go far beyond human understanding. Faith is not passive. It is active, powerful, and unstoppable, and it is as available to everyone willing to embrace it fully. Your mind is the battlefield where every victory or defeat begins. The thoughts you allow to take root will shape your destiny more than any external circumstance ever could. Many people underestimate the power of mindset. They look at success, happiness, and breakthroughs as if they are dependent solely on luck, opportunity, or timing. Yet the truth is, your mind determines how you respond to every situation, every challenge, and every opportunity. Mindset is not just about thinking positively. It is about deliberately choosing thoughts that align with faith, hope, and purpose, and rejecting those that plant fear, doubt, and limitation. The way you think today will determine what you experience tomorrow. Negative thoughts are like weeds in a garden. If left unchecked, they spread, choke your potential, and destroy the beauty that was meant to flourish. A single thought of fear or discouragement can snowball into worry, indecision, and inaction. People often do not realize that failure is rarely caused by circumstances alone. It is often caused by the acceptance of lies in the mind. Lies like, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, or it's too late for me, are seeds of defeat. The enemy of your destiny knows that if he can control your thoughts, he can control your actions. and eventually your life. This is why mindset is not trivial. It is everything. On the other hand, faith-filled, positive, and empowering thoughts are the seeds of victory. When you feed your mind with encouragement, hope, and truth, your actions will naturally align with success. The Bible reminds us to take every thought captive and make it obedient to God. This means rejecting negativity, fear, and doubt, and choosing to focus on what is true, noble, and excellent. A mindset shaped by faith allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles, solutions where others see problems, and hope where others see despair. It transforms ordinary circumstances into extraordinary breakthroughs. Consider the story of a man who faced repeated failure in his business. Every time he tried, something went wrong, and he began to believe he would never succeed. But one day, he decided to change the way he thought. Instead of focusing on past mistakes, he began to speak words of faith over his life, affirming that success was possible and that every setback was temporary. He visualized his goals daily, declared victories before they appeared, and trained his mind to see potential in every challenge. Slowly, his mindset shifted, and with it, his results. Doors that had been closed for years began to open, opportunities appeared, and his business flourished. The change began not in the external world, but in his mind. Mindset shapes destiny because it determines how you respond to circumstances, not just the circumstances themselves. Two people can face the same challenge, but their outcomes will differ dramatically based on how they think. One person sees a setback as failure and quits. The other sees the same challenge as a lesson, a stepping stone, and an opportunity to grow. Which one succeeds? The one whose mind is trained to align with faith, hope, and purpose. Mindset is not about ignoring reality. It is about interpreting reality through the lens of faith, believing that every obstacle contains a hidden blessing. Another key aspect of mindset is the power of words. Your mind responds to what you speak as much as what you think. When you declare fear, doubt, or limitation, you reinforce negativity in your life. When you declare faith, hope, and victory, you reinforce empowerment. Speaking life over your circumstances is a spiritual and practical strategy. Words shape thoughts, thoughts shape actions, and actions shape destiny. Every word you speak either builds your future or destroys it. This is why it is essential to guard your words and speak only those that align with the life you desire. Gratitude is another tool that strengthens a victorious mindset. Many people focus on what is missing in their lives, the opportunities they lack, the resources they don't have, or the dreams that seem delayed. But a mind trained in gratitude sees blessings everywhere. Gratitude shifts focus from scarcity to abundance, from fear to faith, from weakness to strength. When your mind is filled with gratitude, you begin to attract more of what you appreciate. It is a simple yet profound principle. The mind that is thankful is a mind that prospers. Mindset also requires discipline and intentionality. Negative thinking habits are often automatic, developed over years of conditioning, fear, and past experiences. You cannot allow your mind to drift aimlessly. You must actively choose what to focus on, what to believe, and what to speak. This may require daily declarations of faith, visualization of goals, meditation on scripture, or surrounding yourself with influences that build you up rather than tear you down. Every day is a training session for your mind. What you feed it, it will produce. Finally, mindset shapes destiny because it determines the kind of faith you bring into action. A weak or doubtful mind will struggle to take bold steps, while a mind filled with confidence and belief will act decisively, persevere through challenges, and seize opportunities. Your mindset does not just prepare you for success, it propels you toward it. Faith and mindset are inseparable. One fuels the other. When you cultivate a mind of victory, you align yourself with the unseen forces of God's power, and your potential becomes limitless. In essence, if you want to change your life, start with your mind. Guard it against negativity, train it in faith, speak life over your circumstances, practice gratitude, and take every thought captive. The way you think determines the way you live. Mindset is the invisible engine driving your destiny, and when it is aligned with faith, miracles happen, doors open, and mountains move. The power to shape your future is already in your mind. All you need to do is believe it, nurture it, and act on it. One of the biggest obstacles keeping people from achieving their dreams is waiting for the perfect moment. Many have incredible ideas, God-given visions, and plans that could change their lives and the lives of others, but they never take the first step. They wait for the conditions to be ideal, for resources to be abundant, or for fear to disappear completely. But the truth is, perfection is a mirage. Life will never hand you perfect conditions. Waiting for the perfect moment often becomes a lifetime of waiting, and in that waiting, dreams fade, opportunities slip away, and potential goes unrealized. Action, not perfection, is the key to unlocking the doors of breakthrough. The desire for perfection is rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of criticism, fear of not measuring up. These fears paralyze action. Many people feel that if they can't do something flawlessly, it's better not to try at all. But this mindset is exactly what keeps dreams buried and talents hidden. The secret is this: imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. Taking even a small step forward is more powerful than waiting indefinitely for the ideal circumstances. Every journey begins with one step, and faith grows as you move forward, even when the path is unclear. Consider the story of a young woman who dreamed of starting a small business. She had the vision, the skills, and even some resources, but she kept waiting. She waited for the perfect market conditions, for the perfect branding, for the perfect team. Years passed, and she became frustrated, believing that her dream was beyond her reach. One day, she decided to stop waiting and start with what she had. Her first launch was far from perfect. She made mistakes, learned lessons, and adjusted along the way. But taking that first imperfect step opened doors she never imagined. Clients came, connections were made, and opportunities multiplied. The key was not perfection, the key was action. Action over perfection is also about embracing the process of learning. Every step you take, every attempt you make, is a lesson in growth. Mistakes are not failures, they are feedback. They guide you, refine your skills, and prepare you for greater success. Those who refuse to act because they fear making mistakes rob themselves of this invaluable learning process. Faith does not demand perfection, it demands obedience. It asks you to move forward with trust, knowing that God will guide your steps and turn even missteps into stepping stones for your destiny. Another reason people wait for perfection is comparison. They look at others who appear to have it all together and think, I can't start until I'm like them. But the truth is, everyone's journey is unique. No one begins with perfection. Every successful person started somewhere, often imperfectly, and learned along the way. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not innate talent. It is the willingness to act despite imperfections. Action creates momentum, and momentum leads to growth, improvement, and ultimately breakthrough. Faith plays a crucial role in taking action over perfection. When you believe that God is with you, that He has equipped you for the task, and that He will bless your efforts, it becomes easier to step forward, even when conditions are less than ideal. Faith gives you courage to act, patience to persevere, and confidence to keep moving when the results are not immediate. It reminds you that success is not measured by flawless execution alone, but by persistent effort aligned with purpose and divine guidance. Procrastination often disguises itself as planning. Many people think they are preparing when they are actually avoiding action. Planning is necessary, but it should lead to execution, not delay. True preparation is built through doing, learning, adjusting, and improving as you go. Waiting for every detail to be perfect is an illusion. Progress and preparation go hand in hand, but progress requires action first. The act of doing brings clarity, understanding, and refinement that no amount of theorizing can achieve. Action over perfection also cultivates confidence. Each step you take, each risk you embrace, strengthens your belief in yourself and your purpose. Fear diminishes, doubt fades, and faith grows. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is built through experience. The more you act, the more you realize that you are capable, that you can overcome challenges, and that you have the resources within you to succeed. Perfection never builds confidence, action does. Moreover, action creates momentum. When you begin even imperfectly, the universe begins to respond. Opportunities appear, people notice your efforts, and doors open that were previously invisible. Momentum compounds, small steps lead to bigger steps, and before you know it, what started as a single act of faith becomes a chain reaction of progress. Waiting for perfection, however, leads to stagnation, missed opportunities, and frustration. Momentum comes only to those who move. Finally, embracing action over perfection aligns you with divine timing. God often calls us to act before we feel fully ready. Waiting for perfect conditions can place you out of sync with the opportunities He is preparing. Obedience and initiative, even in imperfection, invite divine favor and open paths that human planning alone cannot reveal. God works with what you give Him, not what you wish you had. Your first steps, though small and imperfect, are the seeds of great harvests. In essence, the pursuit of perfection can be a trap, but the pursuit of action, fueled by faith, transforms dreams into reality. Stop waiting for the flawless moment. Stop fearing mistakes. Begin where you are, with what you have, trusting that each step forward is guided, blessed, and multiplied. Action over perfection is not just a principle. It is a way of life that unlocks doors, shifts circumstances, and turns vision into victory. The life you desire is waiting. It will not wait for you to be perfect, but it will respond when you are willing to move. Fear of failure is one of the greatest obstacles that keeps people from stepping into their full potential. It is invisible, silent, and yet more powerful than almost any external barrier. Many people have dreams, visions, and God-given assignments, but they never pursue them fully because fear whispers lies in their hearts. What if I fail? What if I make a mistake? What if I'm not enough? These thoughts are natural, but when they dominate your mind, they become chains that hold you back, stopping you from walking in the destiny God has planned for you. Fear of failure is not just a mental challenge, it is a spiritual battle, and overcoming it requires faith, courage, and determination. The truth is, failure is not the enemy. It is part of the process of growth. Every person who has achieved great success has faced failure, often many times. What separates those who succeed from those who remain stuck is not the absence of failure, but the response to it. Those who thrive see failure as a teacher, a stepping stone, and a necessary part of the journey toward their purpose. Fear of failure, on the other hand, convinces you to avoid risks, to remain in your comfort zone, and to settle for less than what God intended for you. When you refuse to let fear dictate your actions, you open the door to opportunities, growth, and breakthroughs that would otherwise be impossible. Consider the story of a man who dreamed of starting a ministry that would impact thousands of lives. He felt called, prepared, and inspired, yet fear kept him from taking the first step. He worried about rejection, ridicule, and the possibility of not succeeding. Days turned into months, and months into years, and his vision remained unrealized. Then one day, he made a choice. He would act despite fear. He stepped forward, imperfectly, relying on God's guidance. There were challenges, mistakes, and moments of doubt, but every failure taught him lessons he could not have learned otherwise. Today, his ministry touches lives across the nation. The breakthrough came not because he avoided failure, but because he refused to let fear stop him. Fear of failure often disguises itself as caution or prudence. Many people think they are being wise when they hesitate, delay, or avoid risks. But true prudence aligns with faith. It calculates steps but still moves forward. Hesitation rooted in fear, however, paralyzes progress. Life rewards those who act even imperfectly, not those who wait for certainty that may never come. Faith requires stepping into the unknown, trusting that God will guide your steps and turn even mistakes into miracles. Every time you act in faith, despite fear, your confidence grows, your courage strengthens, and your potential expands. Another reason fear of failure is so powerful is that it is tied to pride and perception. Many people fear what others will think if they fail, worrying about judgment, criticism, or embarrassment. But the truth is, no one can dictate your destiny except you and God. The fear of man is a snare, but faith allows you to rise above it. When your focus is on fulfilling your purpose rather than pleasing people, failure loses its power to paralyze you. The more you act in faith, the less fear of judgment can influence your decisions. Your life becomes driven by destiny, not by opinions or external validation. Faith transforms fear into courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is action in spite of fear. Every great achievement in history began with someone who chose to move forward, even when the outcome was uncertain. Courage requires trusting that God's plan is greater than any obstacle, any mistake, or any temporary setback. When you act with faith, fear becomes a teacher, not a jailer. It shows you what matters most, sharpens your focus, and motivates you to prepare a plan and persevere. It is also important to understand that failure is temporary, but fear can be permanent if left unchecked. People who fear failure avoid taking the steps necessary for growth. They watch opportunities pass by, hoping for a safer moment, a guaranteed success, or the perfect set of circumstances. But life does not wait for anyone. God's timing and opportunities come in moments that require boldness, initiative, and risk. Choosing action despite fear ensures that you align with divine timing and claim what has already been prepared for you. Practical steps can help overcome fear of failure. First, recognize that fear is not a signal to stop. It is a signal to act with faith. Second, reframe failure as feedback. Every setback provides insight, teaches lessons, and prepares you for future success. Third, surround yourself with faith-filled, encouraging people who will remind you of your potential when fear tries to speak louder than your purpose. Fourth, declare your faith aloud. Speak words of courage and affirm that God has equipped you to succeed in your calling. Words and thoughts shape your actions, and speaking life over fear empowers you to move beyond it. Finally, remember that fear of failure can never match the rewards of obedience. The breakthroughs, blessings, and victories that await you on the other side of fear far outweigh the temporary comfort of inaction. Every step you take in faith strengthens your resolve, builds resilience, and brings you closer to the destiny God has designed for you. Failure may teach, refine, and redirect you, but fear left unchecked will always hinder your progress. Choosing courage over comfort, action over hesitation, and faith over fear is the key to unlocking your potential and stepping fully into the life that has been prepared for you. In essence, fear of failure is a test of faith. It is an opportunity to rise above doubt, embrace courage, and walk in the fullness of your purpose. Every great breakthrough begins when someone refuses to let fear control their actions. Faith empowers you to move forward, learn from setbacks, and trust that God is guiding your steps. The life you desire, the destiny you were born to fulfill, is on the other side of fear, ready for you to claim it with boldness, confidence, and unwavering belief. One of the greatest barriers to moving forward in life is holding on to the past. Many people carry with them the weight of old mistakes, regrets, disappointments, and pain, not realizing that these burdens prevent them from stepping into the future God has prepared. The past is meant to teach us and to refine us and to prepare us for the next chapter. But when we cling to it, it becomes a prison that limits our potential, drains our joy, and slows our progress. The first step toward breakthrough is recognizing that what is behind does not define who you are or what you can achieve. Holding on to past failures creates a mindset of limitation. People often replay their mistakes in their minds, thinking, "I shouldn't have done that," or "I'll never recover from what happened." This constant reflection keeps them anchored in regret and prevents them from embracing new opportunities. Faith teaches us that the past is not a life sentence. It is a lesson. Every experience, even the painful ones, carries wisdom, growth, and preparation for the future. The moment you release the past, you free your mind to focus on what lies ahead. Your potential can only be realized when you step forward, unburdened by what has already happened. The past also impacts emotions. Resentment, anger, guilt, and bitterness are heavy chains that weigh down the heart and cloud judgment. People who hold on to these emotions often struggle to trust, to love, or to take risks. They fear repeating mistakes and hesitate to move forward. But forgiveness of yourself and others is the key to releasing these chains. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or excusing what happened. It means letting go of the control the past has over your present and future. When you forgive, you reclaim your energy, restore your peace, and open your heart to receive new blessings. Consider the story of a man who had failed in a previous business. The loss left him ashamed and fearful, and he avoided pursuing new ventures for years. Every time he thought about starting again, he remembered the pain, the embarrassment, and the financial loss. He was trapped in a cycle of fear and regret. One day, he made a conscious decision to release the past, to forgive himself, and to trust that God's plan for his life had not ended with his failure. He began again slowly, taking steps with faith and courage. The new venture succeeded beyond his expectations, not because the past was erased, but because he refused to let it dictate his future. What the past could not take away, faith restored. Holding on to the past can also prevent you from recognizing God's timing. Many people compare their current stage to where they think they should be based on previous experiences. They measure progress against past successes or failures instead of focusing on the present moment and the opportunities God is providing now. Faith calls us to release the past and align with God's timing, understanding that each season of life has a purpose. The delays, detours, and disappointments of yesterday are often the preparation needed for the breakthroughs of today. Releasing the past requires intentionality. It begins with acknowledging that you have been hurt, that mistakes were made, and that certain situations did not turn out as planned. Then you make a conscious choice to let go. This can be done through prayer, reflection, affirmation, and even physical acts of letting go, such as writing down regrets and symbolically discarding them. The act of release is powerful. It signals to your mind, body, and spirit that you are no longer bound by what has already happened. Another element of holding on to the past is fear of change. People often cling to familiar pain because it feels safe. Even though it limits them, it is known predictable and comfortable. But growth requires stepping into the unknown. Releasing the past creates space for new opportunities, new relationships, and new achievements. It is impossible to receive new blessings while your hands are full of what no longer serves you. Letting go is not easy, but it is essential for progress. Faith transforms the way we view the past. Instead of seeing it as a burden, faith allows us to see it as a foundation. Every challenge faced, every mistake made, and every disappointment experienced has built resilience, wisdom, and character. When you view your past through the lens of faith, you understand that nothing is wasted. Even pain and failure have a purpose. They prepare you, strengthen you, and position you for greater victories. Holding on to the past is a choice. Releasing it is a decision that opens the door to abundance, joy, and fulfillment. It is also important to remember that your past does not define your identity. Many people define themselves by their mistakes or by what others have said about them. They carry labels like failure, unworthy, or lost, and allow them to shape their self-perception. Faith teaches that your identity is not in what you have done or what has happened to you. It is in who God created you to be. When you embrace this truth, you step out of the shadow of the past and walk boldly into the person you were meant to become. Finally, releasing the past is an act of hope. It is a declaration that the best is not behind you. It is ahead. It is saying, I will not let yesterday steal my tomorrow. I will not let what happened define what is possible. Every day is a new opportunity to live, to create, and to pursue your purpose. The moment you release the past, you align yourself with hope, faith, and the unlimited potential of the future. Your destiny is waiting, and it cannot be hindered by yesterday. In essence, holding on to the past is a trap that limits potential, stifles joy, and slows progress. Faith calls us to release it, to forgive, to learn from it, and to move forward with confidence. The past can be a teacher, but it cannot be a master. When you let go, you free your hands to receive new blessings, your mind to envision new possibilities, and your heart to embrace new opportunities. The life you have been praying for is not trapped in yesterday. It is waiting for you today.